English Leap podcast from English with Emily. Okay, Erin, today is the day. No more excuses. You will study English. You will focus. You will become a grammar star. Okay, grammar star. Hi! Whoa, Emily, you scared me. How long were you standing there? I was here long enough to hear you give a big speech to your desk. But I was not talking to my desk. I was talking to myself in English. It is practice. That is actually smart. You are like your own teacher and student at the same time. Yeah, and it works. When I talk to myself in English, I feel more awake and ready to speak. Maybe you do this too. You sit at your table and tell yourself, yes, today I will really study English, right? And then 10 minutes later, you are just looking at the wall thinking, okay, but what should I do now? Your heart wants to work, but your plan is messy. If that is you, do not go anywhere. Today, we will talk about how to study English alone and still get better fast. No magic or secrets, just a simple way that you can use in real life. Right, and we'll keep it slow and simple so you can copy it. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the English Leap podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real talk. I am Emily, and I am Erin. We're happy you played this today. Maybe you are walking, on a bus, cooking, or lying in bed with headphones on. This is a B1 level episode, so if you are in the middle level, this is perfect for you. And if you are a beginner, you can still enjoy it. If some parts feel fast, it is okay. You can listen again later and your brain will learn more the second time, right? Maybe your mind is saying, I want to improve my English, but I am alone. I have no partner or class. I feel stuck. Or maybe you think, I watch videos and read, but I do not see a big change. Maybe I am just bad at languages. If you think like that, please listen. You are not strange or lazy. You are just a human who needs a clear plan. True, that was me for a long time. My study style was random. One day I studied for 2 hours, then nothing for 3 days, then one big night with too much coffee. And my style was pretty notebooks and chaos. I made nice titles and used colors. I watched one video and then sat there thinking, okay, what now? The problem was not our brains. The problem was our plan, or that we did not have one. True, English is like a little plant in a cup. If you give it too much water and then nothing for weeks, the plant gets confused. Your English plant does not need drama. It needs a small drink every day. Right, you do not need a perfect teacher every day. You need a simple daily plan you can follow alone, even when you are tired. So in this episode, we will give you that plan. Input, output, and tiny feedback so you can improve fast alone. We will talk about small goals, how to make a routine, what to listen to, what to read, and how to speak without a partner. Right. And you do not have to copy every idea. Choose what fits your life, take what helps, and leave the rest. While you listen, you will hear real English. If some words are hard, let them go. Your brain is smart and is already learning from the story. True. Near the end, we will repeat some useful phrases so you can use them in your own practice. And if you like learning with real talk and feelings, please subscribe and tap like on this episode. It helps other learners find us. Yeah. After you listen, tell us in the comments, do you usually study English alone or with others? Share one small detail about how you study. Like, I talk to my mirror for 2 minutes. Just one detail, not a whole book. True. That was me for a long time. My study style was random and dramatic. One day I studied for 2 hours, then 3 days nothing, then one big night with too much coffee. Because for you, it is never just 5 words. There is always a story. So, Emily, when you study now, do you have a routine or is it still chaos and coffee? I have a soft routine now. It's not perfect, but I follow a simple plan most days, and that changed everything for me. That is what we want for you too. Not a perfect plan, just a real one you can use alone. All right, let's start. Before we go deep, let's keep it simple. We will talk about your English study in 3 parts. Yes, think of it like a little machine. Part 1 is your plan. Part 2 is your input. Part 3 is your output. Your plan is how you decide what to do. Your input is what goes into your brain, like listening and reading. Your output is what comes out of your mouth or hand, like speaking and writing. When these 3 parts work together, your English moves forward in a steady way. When one part is missing, you feel stuck. We will go slowly, one part at a time. You do not need to write notes. Just listen and imagine your day. Right. Let us start with part 1, the plan. Without a plan, everything feels heavy and random. I know this sounds boring, but this is how you win the game. True. When you sit down and think, what should I do now? That heavy feeling comes because there is no plan. So our first idea is this: make your study time on purpose, not random. On purpose means you have a clear reason for doing it. Yeah, exactly. Not just this video appeared, I will watch it, but today I will do this one small thing for my English. We want that one thing to be very clear. We use 2 levels, one weekly goal and one small daily goal. For example, your weekly goal could be, by Sunday, I will record 2 minutes of me talking about my week. Then your daily small goal helps that. Maybe every day you speak for 1 minute about what happened, so at the end of the week, 2 minutes is not scary.
Small daily
It's
goal
like building
is
with
enough
Lego.
to get the ball
You don't
rolling.
put all the
Get
pieces
ball
in one day.
rolling means
You add a
start
few
something
blocks
so
each
it begins
day.
to move. After the first small step, it is easier to keep going.
Right. Instead of thinking, I must speak perfectly, you think, today, my job is just one small thing. That is on purpose, just one clear small thing. Now, we come to the second idea. How do you stay excited and not give up after a bad week? This is important because you will not be perfect.
Some days you will miss your plan or feel tired. That is normal. The secret is what you do next. Do you break the plan or do you tweak it? Tweak means to change a small thing to make it better. For example, on Sunday, you can look at your week and ask, what worked? What was too heavy? What can I tweak? Maybe studying at night never works because you are tired. So next week, you tweak the plan and study in the morning. And you also need to ditch some ideas. Ditch means throwing an idea in the trash. You decide, I do not need this anymore. For example, you can ditch the idea that study only counts if it is 1 full hour. That idea makes you feel bad, so you do nothing.
True. 5 minutes of focus is better than 0 perfect minutes. This brings us back to something simple. Your plan should be on purpose, easy to keep doing, and easy to change when life happens.
Wow, Aaron, that makes the plan feel simple. Think of it like a small boat. It can move with the waves, but it still goes forward.
Yeah. Once your plan is ready, we move to part 2. What goes into your brain? Part 2 is about input. That means what you listen to and read.
Many learners feel overwhelmed here. There are too many videos and books. It is easy to feel lost. Overwhelmed is that heavy feeling when there is too much and you do not know where to start. We will make your input simple and gentle. Let us start with a small thing. Where is your English stuff in your house? If your notebook is in a box under the bed, you will not touch it. That is out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind means if you don't see it, you forget it. One easy change is bring English closer. Put your notebook on your desk. Put a book on the table where you drink tea. You can even put a small paper on your mirror. When you brush your teeth, English is just there. When English is visible, your brain remembers you are learning it. That is the first part of input. Just let English be there in small ways.
Now let's talk about listening. For many, this is the hardest part. I remember trying to listen to a fast show in another language. After 2 minutes, my brain just stopped, like your brain walks out of the room.
Exactly. It was like You are on your own, Aaron. Bye. That's when you feel you are on a plateau. A plateau is like walking on flat ground. You do not feel like you are going higher.
And when the audio is too hard, your mind starts to drift off.
Drift off is when your mind goes away or you start to sleep. We do not want that. We choose listening that is a little easy, something you can follow with just a few new words. That is what we do in this podcast. We speak slowly and clearly. You can relax. Aaron does the talking, I slow it down. You do not have to catch every word. Just stay with the story. You can always listen again later. We use a simple way. Listen to one short line, stop, and say it out loud. Just one line. Stop, say it with your voice. You do not need to be perfect, just copy the sound of the sentence. When you do that, you are training your mouth and ears. It is a tiny feedback loop. A feedback loop means you do something, hear it, and learn. 10 minutes of this is better than 30 minutes of just listening in the background and drifting off. Totally. For reading, we keep the same idea. Small and clear, not heavy. Many learners think they must read a big, hard book to be serious. Then they read one page, feel confused, and never touch it again. That does not help. Start with short stories or articles made for learners. You can use a 3-step way. Step 1, read once to understand the story. Step 2, read again and pick 5 useful phrases. Step 3, use 2 of those phrases in your own sentence about your life. That way, reading helps your speaking and writing too. Remember, this is still part 2. We are just making sure what goes into your brain is simple and helpful. Now we move to part 3, which is my favorite part because English comes out. Part 3 is output. This is where you speak and write even when you are alone. Many learners say, Aaron, I have no partner, so I cannot speak. But that is not true. There are ways to speak alone. The easiest way is self-talk, talking to yourself like I was doing at the start. You can copy me. While you make breakfast, say, now I am making tea. After this, I will go to work. It sounds simple, but it is real practice. Your mouth is moving. You can also ask yourself 3 small questions every day. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow? If you answer those out loud, your brain learns to tell stories about your life. Then we add one more thing for confidence, the 60-second recording, just 1 minute, not 10 or 5, just 60 seconds. Press record on your phone, talk about your day, then stop. Later, listen once. Your job is not to hate your voice. Your job is to pick one small thing to tweak. Maybe a word you say wrong, or a sentence to make clearer. Over time, that 1 minute shows you are getting better. You did it alone. No teacher, just your voice and your plan. Output is not only speaking, it can be writing too, like 5 lines in a journal. Use your new phrases there. Instead of learning random words, use sentence shells like to be honest or the main reason is. That way, your words are tools you actually use. Now we look at the big picture. Plan, input, output. When your plan is on purpose, your input is gentle, and your output is regular, you do not need magic. You just need time. I love the old saying, Rome was not built in a day. That means big things take time. You cannot build a city or perfect English in one weekend, but you can start today. You can get the ball rolling with one small action. If your notebook is on your desk and your phrases are on your mirror, English is not out of sight. It stays close to you. Even on busy days, you can squeeze in a few minutes. If you are tired and drift off while listening, that is okay. You can come back the next day. The important thing is not to be perfect. The important thing is to come back again and again. Plan, input, output, and tiny feedback. That is your way. Now we will slow down and look at the strong words we used today. Let us do a calm word tour. We will go slowly. You can listen and then repeat. Let us start with a plan word. Intentional. When something is intentional, you do it on purpose. It is not random. For example, my study time is intentional now. Or, she was very intentional with her listening. You can repeat, intentional. Now a word about your routine. Sustainable. When a habit is sustainable, you can keep doing it for a long time. It does not make you too tired. For example, 10 minutes a day is sustainable for me. Or, 3 hours every night was not sustainable. Repeat, sustainable. Next, a word for your progress. Plateau. A plateau is a flat place. You do not feel like you are getting better. For example, after 1 year, she felt she was on a plateau. Or, if the video is too hard, you might feel stuck on a plateau. Repeat, plateau. Now, a small action word. Tweak. When you tweak something, you change it a little to make it better. For example, every Sunday I tweak my plan. Or, he tweaked his routine and moved it to the morning. Repeat, tweak. Next word is fun. Ditch. When you ditch something, you throw it away. For example, she ditched the idea that study must be 1 hour. Or, he ditched his heavy book and started simple stories. Repeat, ditch. Now an expression. Rome was not built in a day. This means big things take time. For example, my English needs time. Rome was not built in a day. Or, keep going. Rome was not built in a day. Repeat, Rome was not built in a day. Next, get the ball rolling. This means to start something so it moves. For example, 5 minutes is enough to get the ball rolling. Or, he wrote 1 sentence to get the ball rolling. Repeat, get the ball rolling. Now another one. Out of sight, out of mind. This means if you do not see it, you forget it. For example, her notebook was in a drawer. Out of sight, out of mind. Or, he kept his book on the table so it was not out of sight. Repeat, out of sight, out of mind. Next, squeeze in. This means finding a tiny space for something in a busy day. She squeezed in 10 minutes while making breakfast. Or, he squeezed in practice on the bus. Repeat, squeeze in. Last word, drift off. This means your mind goes away or you start to sleep. For example, the audio was hard, so she drifted off. Or, he studied late and drifted off with the book. Repeat, drift off. That was our word tour. 10 words to help you talk about your study. You do not need to remember all of them today. Pick 2 or 3 you like and use them this week. Now we will close with a reminder and a challenge. First, the reminder. English is not a mystery. It is a simple plan. Plan, input, output, and tiny feedback. Make your study on purpose. Choose a routine you can keep doing. Listen and read small things. Speak and write a little. Then tweak it. If you feel you are on a plateau, you are not broken. It is just time for a small change. You can tweak your plan or ditch a heavy idea. You can squeeze in 5 minutes. Always remember, Rome was not built in a day. Your English will grow bit by bit if you keep coming back.
Now, here's our simple challenge, the 7-day solo boost. For 7 days, record yourself for 60 seconds each day, just 1 minute. Use 3 questions. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow? Press record, answer in simple English, and stop. No pressure to be perfect. Then listen once. Pick one small thing to tweak, maybe a word or a sentence. That's your feedback. On day 7, listen to day 1 again. Just notice how your voice and confidence feel different. It's a small change, but it's real. You did it alone. If you try this, tell us in the comments. Write, I finished the 7-day solo boost. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. When you wear your headphones, think of us as your study friends cheering for you. We believe in your small steps. You do not need to be perfect. Just keep going. This is Emily.
And this is Erin. You have been listening to the English Leap podcast. Bye.